Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for 6 things that we learned from Chelsea 2, Newcastle United 1. A massive 3 points for Chelsea on so many levels today. This is a brilliant win. There were moments of pure brilliance from our mercurial guy, Cole Palmer, the man that every single time he walks out onto Stamford Bridge, he owns the flipping gaff. And again, there are moments from him today that not only win the game with his goals, but the pass of the season, we've seen it once more. Chelsea today, we had to dig in, we had to fight, we had to have players that would come in and play in different positions that would absolutely deliver when we needed to. Newcastle weren't the most thrilling to watch. They were difficult to play against. They were hard to break through. When it came to that midfield, it made it one of those games where you're nervous. You're looking at it and you're thinking, well, they score a goal. You look at it. Could it be offside? Many questions. Isak puts it in. There are players that aren't literally putting in the best performances they could. I'm looking at Sanchez. I'm like, you're giving the ball away. You're distributing poorly. You're positioning. Where are you? And I'm looking at players and I'm thinking, right now, this is the time where collectively you absolutely need to show up. And that's exactly what Chelsea did. We grind it out. We get the 3 points. We've scored the goals. We got the win. And as much as it wasn't pretty, Chelsea get the job done. If you're not yet subscribed to the George Benson football channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button on this video as well, because this is a massive result for Chelsea Football Club. Because as much as it wasn't the best performance, there's been many times this season where you're like, if we could just trade the way that we've attacked for like 5 more seconds of defensive stability, then we get more points. We're in the top 4. We're looking comfortable. And having played 9 matches with Enzo Maresca seeing Chelsea into 4th place in the Premier League table, I genuinely think we couldn't be asking for much more. I think it's one of those matches today for Chelsea where I think on any day last season, when you're winning the game where you score, you start to control the match, and then you look at the way that the game's going in terms of balance. How many opportunities do you allow the opposition to have? Is it because positionally we're out of position every single time? Or is it moments of concentration lapse at the back? Is this because we're fully not organised, but then we're not organised, but can we transition? Can we get the ball to the midfielders to stop the Newcastle press? And we absolutely did that. And if you take a look at the Chelsea starting 11, there are surprises in there. You got Reece James starting as a left back with Malo Gusto playing at right back. I said to you guys in the preview, I want to see Marc Cucurella playing as left back. I don't think I've seen enough this season from Malo Gusto to give me the confidence that he should keep Marc Cucurella out the side. I think positionally, when it comes to stepping up into that inverted role, I think Cucurella does it really well. I think defensively he looks solid. And today you saw Reece James playing as a left back. He makes it through the entirety of the game, which as much as like this is the reactionary series straight after a Chelsea game where we talk about the feelings of the match, we talk about the performance. I think it's so important here that we have seen our captain manage to play the whole game, put in a massive shift, making big defensive clearances, big moments, clearances off the line, and he's not even playing in his number 1 position. Reece James looks fit again. Chelsea today, we relied on Cole Palmer a little bit, and we're going to talk about him as we go into the boxes in this video. The 6 things we learned boxes later on in this video. Cole Palmer absolutely deserves the praise, and he will get it. But overall, it's one of those games where if you watch the GBFC live stream, I was so concerned. We scored a goal early in the second half, which you're looking at it and you're thinking, well, Newcastle, do they deserve this? There was a period of time where Chelsea scored the first goal, and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, we are playing so well. If you remember that 15-minute period against Brighton where Palmer just started score. We played like that today against Newcastle, but we didn't punish them. Seconds later, lapse of concentration at the back, simple ball across the face of the goal. Newcastle get the equaliser. It's 1-1. And then the final 15, 20 minutes up until the halftime whistle, there's nothing happening in that first half. So you're looking at that halftime team talk and you're like, well, What's Maresca going to do? How are Chelsea going to come out? Can we get control of the game? Call in Cole Palmer. Scores an absolutely stunning goal to make it 2-1 to Chelsea. Surely from here, you look at the patterns of the first half and you're thinking, we've got to get the ball into attacking areas. Pedro Neto's looking good. Noni was looking good. If we got it one by one, we've got the pace to hurt them. You've got Tino Livramento, Lewis Hall, who as soon as you hit the ball past them, they're looking back and they're ready to make the foul. Newcastle are ready to be there. They'll pick up the yellow cards, no worry. Chelsea didn't really do that. The game was being played in the middle and we couldn't find too much control. But at the end of the day, we get the job done. It's a 2-1 win and it's a massive 3 points for Chelsea. I'm sorry about my voice, guys. The stream was a lot, but now we're here. The voice is absolutely gone. So thank you to those of you that are tuning in. Please do smack a like on this video. And we begin box number 1 today. I'm giving man of the match to Pedro Neto. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. Comes in on that left-hand side. I'm looking at the team and I'm like, well, maybe if Sancho's not going to play, maybe it's Mudryk. He's done it before against Newcastle. They've not really got the legs defensively. Is it about Mudryk's pace? Is it this? Pedro Neto offered all of that. Not only that, but he was cutting inside. He was dynamic. The runs that he was making inside to get the ball, receive the ball. And then that pass to Nicholas Jackson. As much as we have to talk about this, I can't believe I've not spoken about it in nearly 6 minutes. Cole Palmer's pass to Pedro Neto, that is the best pass you will see all season. But Neto's still got to do it. He's still got to get there ahead of his man. He's still got to beat him. Then he's still got to play the perfectly timed ball to Nicholas Jackson. And Pedro Neto does it. I think today, Pedro Neto, to be fair, whether it's against teams like Newcastle or not, I think Neto has played his way into the team. It's a difficult one. You've got Sancho, Neto, Mudryk's even doing well in the Conference League. There are so many players right now that can do that role. Neto's been given it today, and I thought he was absolutely superb. But box number 2 is a green for Cole Palmer. This guy, even if it's like Erling Haaland, right? If Haaland scores a hat-trick or scores 4, 5, whatever, then he doesn't score. Everyone's like, well, Haaland's in a tricky run of form. With Palmer, he gets 1 goal and he pretty much gets an assist as well. And people are like, well, yeah, it's a quiet game for Palmer. Palmer was marked out of the match against Liverpool. Didn't have a sniff. Today against Newcastle, again, it was difficult for him to get the ball. But when he did, it's pure. It's amazing what this guy can do. That pass to get the ball to Neto, to put it into Jackson, is absolutely insane. I'm watching it and I'm like, no way. And that's the thing about football. Sometimes we can sit here, we can do a match review, we can do 6 things we learn. We can sit here with a couple of drinks, losing our voice and be like, well, you should have done that. You should have done this. You should have done that. Cole Palmer does the things that you just don't see coming. And as a result of it, Chelsea win the game. Not only that, at the start of the second half, it is a brilliant, brilliant finish. He's in that little pocket of space that we never saw last week against Liverpool. The place you want Palmer to be is on his left foot, running at defenders with about 20 yards to go until the goal. He hits the ball, too much venom on it. It goes past Nick Pope. Chelsea get that early second half goal, and that's what wins us the game today. Cole Palmer showed why he is one of the best players in the world. Whether or not you can do it against the big boys, questioned. Then, the next week, you're going to come up against teams that will just try and defend. That's all they can do. You're going to get moments where you have to pull the rabbit out of the hat. And that is exactly what the magic of Cole Palmer is. When you look at him and thinking, we want a bit more, we need a bit more. The moment he gets the ball in a position where he's got even a second or two of thinking space, breathing space, he makes something absolutely ridiculous happen. And he scores that second goal, makes that pass. And again, as much as right now, I'm running off the fact I can't hardly speak. And also we've done the live stream and I was nervous. I was worried we weren't going to win this. But at the end of the day, when I look back at this performance and you look at that pass that Palmer made, it's absolutely outstanding. It's world class. And he's the reason, once again, despite not having loads of the ball, despite not scoring a hat-trick, despite not making everything happen, he's the reason Chelsea have won. Box number 3 is a green for Reece James. Purely, even playing out of position today, The goal line clearances, the last ditch defending from Reece James. When you look at a Chelsea team that can't field a player over the age of 27, and you look at a game like Newcastle with a manager like Eddie Howe that's going to literally squeeze like a sponge all of the life out of the game to take one little sniff, one little opportunity. You need the players, if we're going to allow players like Alexander Isak to run in on goal and almost get tap-ins on multiple occasions. You've got players like Reece on the line. I thought Reece today, even though it wasn't perfect, he's playing left back. The man is never fit. Yeah, we know that. Yes, he's a right back. He's brilliant. I would love to see him playing at right back instead of Gusto. But the reality of the situation is that Reece James isn't fit enough right now to do the up and down that Gusto can do. That's why he played at left back today. I'm confused why Marc Cucurella didn't start. I think Cucurella should have been left back. Reece should have been right back. But if Chelsea want to expose that right-hand side of the Newcastle team, Reece isn't the guy to be able to get up and down right now. Gusto is. And then you want your captain in the side. You want to give him that responsibility where it's like, you're out of position, but show me what you can do. And he absolutely delivered. He did that today. Reece was great. Romeo Lavia, I'm giving a green box for him. Again, Newcastle, super strong in that midfield. The build-up to those goals, Romeo Lavia on the front foot every single time. I think he's such an intelligent player. Box number 5 is a green for Moises Caicedo. I like the Enzo Fernandez substitution. I like the fact he came on when he did. I thought Chelsea, at the end of the day, you can either look at a 2-1 and defend it out, or you can try and create more. I think with Lavia and Caicedo, I think we had that stability, but I don't think we had enough creativity without relying on your Gustos, your Jameses, the fullbacks to do something, the Colwills to make the passes. We needed to have someone there in that midfield to make those killer balls, to make those final passes. But I think Caicedo, that tackle at the end, that last-ditch tackle to make sure that Newcastle just couldn't put it in, is brilliant. Caicedo, the way that he covers ground. I thought today the midfield was absolutely excellent. Box number 6 is a green for our match winner. Nicholas Jackson gets a green box here because, look, it was one of the quietest games you'll see from Nicholas Jackson because this was a tactical game of chess. Chelsea weren't sure if we should go for it. We weren't sure if we should just soak up the pressure. At the end of the day, we went for it at times. We scored great goals. We soaked up the pressure. We got lucky. But Nicholas Jackson, the finish, excellent. The way that he was turning those men in the middle to create chances during that period in the first half, he was absolutely superb. Scores a massive goal for Chelsea. He's quiet for the rest of the game. But look, at the end of the day, you win football matches, your striker scores. That's all you can ask for from this Chelsea team. I thought we were excellent. I think it's one of those wins that is different to what we're used to. I think it's proof that Maresca's not only got everybody playing for him, but we can win in different ways. We can tactically see out matches. I thought this is massive. This is a huge 3 points for Chelsea. And look, I'm absolutely exhausted. My voice is gone. I'm going to wrap this 6 things we learned up here to get it out quickly for you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Huge win. Arsenal-Liverpool now. Let's enjoy that game. I'll see you next week.